go live, but in any case, just want to check. I think, are we live? Oops. Let me put the volume off actually, because I can't tell. Oops. Okay, I'm going to assume that we are live. So, hope you are all well and having a wonderful week. Can you believe it is March already? So spring is springing. Actually, my son actually joined me for a couple of walks this week with the dog. So that's amazing because we've been having really great weather here in Manchester. So if you're just joining me live, thank you very much. As always, I'm really excited to be here. Come and say hi. I can't see your comments, so if you're catching this live, jump on, come and say hi. Drop me an emoji. There is, I think there's also an app that gives you, I've put it in the post, there's an app that gives you permission for Restream to see your name against your comments, so you can download that. But yes, I would like to say a personal hello to everyone, and thank you all for joining this amazing group. I haven't been very visible in the last couple of weeks, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. I've just been quite tired, and I needed to take it easy for a couple of weeks because I had quite a lot to catch up on as well. So yeah, I haven't been very active on social media, but I'm here now. It's nice to be back and feeling a lot more refreshed. So if you've been enjoying being in the group, please do invite your friends to join. I know there's a lot of groups out there on Facebook. So thank you for being part of this group. You know, I'm in quite a lot of groups myself. So yes, thank you very much for hanging out in here with me. So we've had a lot of new members joining us this last couple of weeks. So welcome to you all as well. If you haven't already, make sure that you introduce yourself in the welcome post that was posted on yesterday. And tell us all about yourself. We'd love to hear from you. And get to know you more. So if you're on live or even watching this on the replay, tell me where you are now whilst you're watching this. Let me know if you're in your office or cooking dinner. I'd like to have a shout out to Gail, who posted the other week that she watched the replay soaking in a bath. I love that, Gail. Thank you. So if you're new to the group, except for the weeks that I host a webinar training, which is usually just once a month, I do go live every Tuesday at 5 p.m. for this Money Alchemy class. Although this month I'm working on content for a 5-day challenge in April, so it's quite exciting. It's the first challenge that I'm going to be running. So I doubt there'll be a webinar this month. And I could do with a break from webinars anyway. So in this weekly class, I deliver training on different topics such as self-care, money mindset, marketing, money habits, money blocks, pricing strategies, all those things to help you create a better work-life balance. So if you do want to watch any of the previous classes, they're located in the guides, which was previously called units. Facebook have changed everything again. So if this is the first time that you've joined me, I'm Jenny McCabe, and I empower women to take action by helping them let go of anxiety and perfectionism so they can stop undercharging and confidently charge their worth to create more time freedom. And unlike other coaches that focus on the how to achieve the financial goals, because money can be really emotional, especially when you don't have enough, I focus on changing how women think and feel about money. And I do that by releasing money blocks and overcoming self-sabotaging behaviors. And that can then reset your money mindset, so that people can be free of undercharging and over delivering to get back their time. So I started my business because I'm passionate about helping women build successful businesses. In fact, as someone who has been in business for more than 15 years, I spent the first 14 years of my business totally undervaluing myself. So it's now my mission to help other women overcome this, to charge their worth and get it. So I am the host of Work-Life Balance Secrets Facebook group and the owner of Jenny McCabe Coaching. So I offer one-to-one and group coaching. My group coaching program is Unlock Your Money Mindset, which is a 90-day program. That's designed to help women specifically on their money blocks, overcome their money blocks and identify limiting beliefs and self-sabotages to create a new and empowering money mindset. So if you are interested in working with me, just drop me a message or book a virtual cuppa with me. We'll have a virtual cuppa. So if there is a particular topic that you'd like covered on one of these classes, something that you're struggling with, then please don't be shy. Please reach out to me and let me know what your challenges are. And also, I love having guests on this live. I want to help other women to showcase their businesses as well. So if you're a coach or a consultant or a trainer, and you'd like to come on as a guest, again, please reach out to me and let me know. Maybe you're somebody who's nervous about going live for the first time. If you are, then let me know. Coming on as a guest can really help you overcome your visibility blocks. So today I'm going to be talking about how to build a personal brand. So particularly in the online space, there does seem to be quite a lot of noise. There's a lot of people, we've all moved to working online. So sometimes building your online personal brand can be quite challenging. So potential clients, they make judgments on a business are based on the overall look and the feel and the experience of a business. So let's talk about branding. What does branding mean to you? Because the interesting thing is about branding is that if you ask 10 different people what branding is, you'll probably get 10 different answers. It's a completely subjective topic. For me, branding is it's a fascinating combination of lots of different elements, and that's why everyone experiences brands a little differently. So when you think about the world's biggest brands like Coca-Cola, Nike, Apple, Mercedes, all those big brands, the first thing that we tend to recognize about them, or we associate with them, is their logo. But a brand isn't just their logo. It's the whole emotional experience that goes with the logo or behind the logo, and what is associated with that brand. So for Mercedes, their cars are associated with luxury and comfort, and superior driving experience. And as it's German, we do expect it to be expect Mercedes to be reliable as well. So when you build a brand, you need to think of your brand as a promise of an experience. So your brand is an opportunity to create meaningful and thought-provoking connections with your clients. And it also gives you the focus for you to build the foundations of your business. So your brand is an opportunity for you to stand out above everyone else. So branding for me is an alchemy of all of these things. So it's really important to be able to create a soulful brand that reflects who you are. So number one, in building your personal brand, all great brands answer these three questions. Who am I? What do I stand for? And what am I an expert in? So for example, Deepak Chopra is a spiritual leader, and who he is a healer of body, mind, and spirit. He stands for there is more to life than what we see. And he is an expert at making something esoteric understandable and making it and bringing it to the mainstream. So when you can answer those three questions, you can really start to create your brand promise. So number two is create your brand promise. So your brand promise tells your market that you can be relied upon to deliver a consistent experience. You know, your brand has a soul. You know, your brand has a soul, and it is an extension of you. And the brand promise is the experience of your brand. So whether you're just starting out and also as you grow and you start employing people, the promise should still stay the same. So once you have a brand promise, you can really start to live and breathe your brand. So number three is be authentic. So show up authentically so that people can build that know, like, and trust factor with you. So in my Unlock Your Spirit to create a soulful brand, I use branding with archetypes to do this. To really capture your brand personality so that you can build a soulful and authentic brand. And I absolutely love this training, this module, because it really does help women confidently build a brand using brand archetypes. And the brand archetypes that they're using are unique to them and to their business. And what it does, it empowers you. You know, it can empower you to step into your brand archetypes and start creating a brand with personality and with soul. And once you've unlocked your brand personality, you know, you don't need to worry about whether about how you deliver your product or service, even if your product or service is exactly the same as somebody else's. Because no matter what industry you're in, you are going to be you're going to have competitors. So whether or not you so even if you provide exactly the same services, by understanding your brand, your personality, your archetypes, you can use your brand archetypes to lift yourself up from everybody else. Because if you've created an authentic brand that reflects you and your personality, you're going to deliver your service in a very unique way compared to your competitors. And that's when your brand really can start standing out from the crowd, and also get your clients coming back to you as well. So number four, be consistent. So branding is about delivering consistency, and delivering consistency in a way that people begin to recognize your brand. So if you look at the franchise brands, the big brands such as McDonald's, Subway, KFC, all those places, no matter where you go in the world, you know what you can expect from these brands. You know what type of service you can expect. You know what the burgers or their food or their portion size, all that kind of thing. You know what you're going to get. So creating brand awareness starts with a series of pieces that are called customer touch points, which collectively, they make up how a customer or a client experiences your brand. So these touch points include your logo, your tagline, the fonts that you use, your marketing messaging, your even down to your voicemail, the voicemail message that you leave on your phone. Another touch point would be your website and the way your brochures look, if you have any. For online businesses, not many of us have brochures, but even the look and feel of your brochures says a lot about you and your brand. And also other touch points are business cards, leaflets, your newsletter, and how you present yourself on social media as well. So as you're creating each customer or client touch point, you do need to ask yourself, does this communicate the core essence of my brand? Does this deliver on my brand promise? And does this express the personality of my brand as well? So in asking yourself those questions, you can have confidence that you're creating a really soulful and authentic brand. So number 5, know who your ideal client is. So when you know who your ideal client is, you can then speak to them and their challenges. So the first step is to create your ideal client avatar. So if you haven't done that already, you can start by drawing out a stick man or woman. So for example, let me just draw one out. I'm going to draw a lady. So I'm going to put a skirt on her. So you might, if you drew out, can you see? If you drew out a stick person like that and start with giving them a name, give that person a name, give them a job title or what their business is. Think about whether they are single or married. Are they married with kids? How many kids do they have? What are the kids' names? What's the husband or wife's name? What type of house do they live in? Is it semi-detached, detached? Is it an apartment that they live in? All of those things. What are their hobbies? Where do they like to shop? Do they have pets? All of those things. So really think about who this person is. Get to know them. So think about your best clients. Think about think about your best clients that you already have. What do you know about them? What are the common traits that they all share? And once you've got built this picture of your ideal client, once you've built your ideal client avatar, then ask yourself and think about what is it that frustrates your ideal client the most? What are their pains? Is it financial? Is it emotional? Is it physical pain? If you're a wellness coach or something, is it their business? Is it the marketing? Is it their health? So the next question when you're building your client avatar is what keeps your ideal client awake at night? What do they worry about? What are their fears? Excuse me, my throat's dry. What makes them anxious? So what is it that keeps them up at night? What are they worrying about? Another thing you can ask yourself when you're building your avatar is, what is the cost of them staying where they are right now? Yeah. What is the cost of them staying where they are right now? How bad can things become if they don't fix their problems? So the next question is, what is their most urgent or pressing challenge or crisis that they need to have solved straight away? What's the real pain? What's their real pain point that they're facing right now? The thing that they need fixing immediately. And then last one is, what are the top 3 things that frustrates your ideal clients on a daily basis. You know, is it doing things that they don't want to do? Is it the admin? Is it circumstances they're in? You know, is it the chores? Do they not want to do their house chores? Or maybe it's their bookkeeping, all of those type of things. So what top 3 things that frustrate your ideal client? What are the top 3 things that frustrate your ideal client on a daily basis? So what you're doing here when you create your ideal client avatar is really trying to get under their skin so that everything that you do and you say and you write about will speak to your ideal clients and speak directly to them as well. You know, you have to zero in on their deep problems. So those are my top 5 tips for today. Excuse me. So for those of you who are interested in creating a really soulful and authentic brand, I do have an amazing and truly insightful half-day VIP session that will help you discover your brand personality using brand archetypes. So archetypes, they've been around for years, many years, and archetypes are basically characteristics and qualities that are immediately understood by everyone because they're just universal. And probably the most well-known archetype is the hero archetype. You know, when we think of a hero, we think of like Superman or I don't know about Batman, Superman or Spider-Man, that kind of thing. And actually the hero is one of my archetypes. So my other archetype, for example, is alchemist, which is why I call this class Money Alchemy class and why I use the word alchemist quite a lot. So what I am going to do, in fact, is, excuse me, if you do want to know what your top 2 archetypes are, you can take the Archetype Quiz. So I'm going to try and add that to the comments in the posts below the video, below this live. If not, I'll add it to the guide so that you can download it. And when you download it, you can complete the quiz and then hopefully be able to find out your top 2 archetypes. So again, if you do want to know more about how you can build a soulful brand that's unique to you, so that will help you stand up above the crowd, then do get in touch with me. So yeah, you can get in touch with me, by the way, by message, or you can put a comment in the post as well, and we can have a little chat about your archetypes. So if you enjoyed this training, let me know in the comments. Tell me what your biggest takeaway was. And yes, that's it from me. Thank you so much for being here today. I'll be back next Tuesday, which is today's 9th of March. I was going to say February, my goodness. So yes, I'll be back here Tuesday the 9th of March at 5 p.m. So have a fabulous week, and I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.